Okay, I just wanted to recap the James Kirkland Glen Tapia fight. I did not see the fight live because I was at the Showtime fight, so I just watched it on HBO just now. Um, really, really tough fight. I mean, to watch that, you hate to see somebody, especially that young, go through that kind of beating. That was like, he got mauled, Glen Tapia. And I said in a prediction video, it's whenever I'm wrong on a prediction, these guys are just setting up waiting. Like the fans or the fans of the boxers, they just sit there and wait till you're wrong. So they flood your comments or whatever like that. And your Twitter timeline and stuff, because I did say Glen Tapia was gonna win by 5th round TKO, possibly, TKO or knockout. And I feel like I made a good analysis. I mean, I was wrong, but when the fight started, the first 2 minutes of the fight, Glen Tapia did exactly what I thought he was gonna do. And I don't even think James Kirkland landed a punch in the first 2 minutes of the fight. Minute and a half, 2 minutes. It wasn't until Glen Tapia leaned against the ropes and allowed James Kirkland to hit him, and that totally turned the fight around. Glen Tapia was fighting a beautiful fight. He was hitting. James Kirkland's face was busted up in the first minute and a half of the fight. And I thought, okay, James Kirkland, he's good, he has power, but he's really easy target. He allows himself to get hit in order to get close to his opponent and land some shots. So it was going exactly how I expected it to go. And then Glen Tapia went against the ropes. He was shaking his head saying no, and I'm like, you know what? He is probably already tired from fighting using his footwork and, fighting at that level. He's already tired. And you seen in the second round. The second round, he went right back into going against the ropes, standing right in front of James Kirkland. And you're not going to beat James Kirkland. That's the way he fights, man. That's the way he fights. Did you see the Angulo fight? Go watch that fight, and you see that he beat Angulo at his own game. And Glen Tapia tried to go in there and do it, and guess what? TKO, stoppage. So, like I said, the first round, Glen Tapia came out, looked good, was landing his jabs, using his footwork. I mean, even James Kirkland didn't even really find a way to cut off the ring. It wasn't until Tapia went against the ropes. After that, second round, Kirkland dominated that round. Third round, Glen Tapia showed some sign of life, and he fought back, and he looked like he hurt Kirkland a couple times. Fourth round, it was like, man, Kirkland was just snapping on this kid, man. It was like, stop the fight, and he was warned. And in the fifth round, the ref said, listen, you keep taking the punishment, I'm going to stop the fight. Tapia came out, looked like how he looked in the beginning of the fight. Was using his footwork again. He was tired, he was gassed, but he started fighting again for about good 30-40 seconds. Kirkland went right back at it. Kirkland just kept coming, and shouts to both fighters. Both of these fighters, you gotta understand, it takes a lot of heart to do that. Kirkland had heart. He just kept coming. He didn't come. We seen how he's been in some of his fights. Carlos Molina fight. You seen how he was against Ishida when he lost to him. He just kept coming. He has a lot of heart. And Tapia too, he has a lot of heart. In the fourth round, going into the fifth, Tapia came back a little bit, and then Kirkland just went right back there. I think the fight should have been stopped in the fifth round. And it's sad because in between the fifth and the sixth, Tapia's corner is telling him, tell this doctor that you're good. And it's like, Tapia was done. He didn't want to go back out there. It kind of reminded me of Alvarado versus Provodnikov, that fight. Like, he's not going to quit But he would like, he's looking at the he's looking at the doctor and the ref like, help me. Like so it's like, damn, you know, it's like you don't want to see nobody, you know, especially somebody that young, you don't want to see him. It's too early in his career for him to have that kind of, get that kind of thing with Kirkland landing like 300 punches. Like, how do you take 300 James Kirkland punches, man? You know what I'm saying? So, you know, they stopped the fight. It is what it is, you know. I was wrong, but you know what? I felt confident in my decision, and it is what it is. You know, shout out to James Kirkland. He looked good, fought a good fight. It's good to see him back. The only thing about James Kirkland, you know, he's still the fighter that he was when he was doing good. I really see him having a lot of problems with boxer punchers that are not going to stand right in front of him. Tapia gassed out way too early. In the first round, he was already tired. You know, when he fights some of these other guys, Austin Trout, you know, Lara, Demetrius Andrade, you know, you fight some of these guys, it's going to be a different story. You know what I'm saying? These guys are going to keep moving. You know, even Canelo, I mean, I seen this boy in the background calling out Canelo for Kirkland. Canelo is a power puncher and he'll bang with you, but he has more good, you know, head movement and stuff like that. I don't know if Kirkland could fight a Canelo Alvarez, you know what I'm saying? So I see Kirkland having problems against boxer punchers that has any kind of foot movement. But I would like to see him fight, you know, plenty of people I would like to see him fight, you know. I would like to see him fight well, he beat Angulo already. I would like to see him fight Martirosyan. I would like Kirkland to see. I would like to see him fight, you know, anybody. You know, you know what? I'm open for him to fight anybody. At 154, 154 is flooded with competition. So leave comments. Glen Tapia, he's still got a long career ahead of him. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if he's able to compete with the best of the 154 pounders. I don't think he's ready for that. But, you know, he still has a bright future. Kirkland, you know, he's open to fight anyone. You know, I'm open to see him fight anyone. So, leave comments. Let me know, you know, how early did you guys want, did you think the fight should have been stopped early? I think the fifth round, halfway through the fifth round should have been stopped. Possibly the fourth round even. All right, so let me know what you think. Who you like to see James Kirkland fight next. And, subscribe to the channel and follow me on Twitter at @wavy_10. Thanks.